So, Madam Lily from Alliance for Child Rights, please.
So let's just go through this. That given that a WHO resolution on highest attainable standard of health for persons with disabilities will be adopted in the 74th session of the WHA in 2021. And there is a WHO resolution that has been proposed on habilitation and rehabilitation for all, which is to be adopted in 2022. So these are the recommendations that the proposed two resolutions mentioned should have a central emphasis on the role of CBR as a strategy for habilitation and rehabilitation service delivery, especially in low and middle income countries. I think Christy made the point, Venkatesh has made the point that somehow CBR seems to have totally disappeared from many of the documents that are coming up. So this is something that is being advocated very strongly by the groups, by all of us, hopefully, to ensure that CBR is its primacy and its role is recognized and it is included in the resolution. Yes?
This is Adam from Ghana. Yes, I'm saying I think the points are well crafted and is straightforward to the point. So there's no need to just go back and forth. It's straight to the point. So we all agree to this. From my point of view, I think they are well crafted points, and we should all agree because it clearly states what must be done to solve the issues on ground straight away.
Yes.
So I think they are well crafted, and we should all agree to this. Thank you.
Thank you.
I can see in the chat box, this is Akhil, I can see in the chat box that people have said, agree with the recommendation. I agree too. I agree, thumbs up.
Fantastic.
All those things they have said. So I think we need to move on now.
Because the group had also gone through the entire resolution, there are certain recommendations they've made. What I'll do now is maybe read out the first slide. If anybody has any points, we can put that together right now and then move on to the next three, yeah? Rather than read all of them and come back to the other slides, the first slides. So the first one says, trained village health rehabilitation workers should play a pivotal role in early identification and interventions for persons with disabilities. Regular surveys should be periodically updated to collect the data available at the field level, and so to address all diseases and disabling conditions. Strengthen public healthcare systems in countries and integrate community-based rehabilitation approach as an integral component of the primary healthcare as outlined by WHO. Any comments on this or anything that people want to add to any of these sentences?
Yes, I think one of the reasons why CBR is maybe reducing from many of the government programs is because we do not have formal trainings in CBR. It's like there is no formal approved body of knowledge like to say, okay, this is CBR, but CBR is kind of like any country is trying what they think is best, and so that is why it is gradually, reducing its importance. So what I think is that we need to, like when we talk about a trend, we need to be able to introduce a formal training on CBR, whether it is integrated in a regular, in different governments, regular training programs, be it in training programs of the Ministry of Health or training programs in the Ministry of Education. And I think this is important if we want CBR to continue gaining its importance.
I want to speak to the recommendation number 1. Actually, can we look at the wording, train village health? Can we rephrase it to make it train community health instead of the village?
Okay, sure.
Would that be yes?
Sure,
so that
we will do that.
That's a good sentence, yeah. Because
like developing a formal curriculum
for
CBR. Because I'm a physiotherapist, I work with the regulatory body for physiotherapy in Nigeria. But the point is, like, most training about rehabilitation experts does not really involve CBHAL. And one more thing, there's need for us to probably, like, in the network, come together and organize research.
My name is Thomas.
Yes, Thomas.
Thanks for the presentation. I think part of what I wanted to address has been handled, and that's about standardization of the training across the board, particularly for the health workers. But then if I may, and I don't know if I'm jumping the gun, that will be on bullet number 2.
Please go ahead. You can go to 3 as well.
Yeah, it's also about standardization of the survey tools, because it will be important for what we do in Kenya to also speak to what's going on in Zambia or Zimbabwe and so on and so forth. So effectively or eventually, as we come back together to look at the gains in realizing the CBR obligations, I think we will be speaking on similar indicators. We'll be responding to similar indicators.
Yes.
Diseases and the disabling conditions.
Yeah, there is Tigo Nidia. Tigo.
I think, thank you. This is Nerea.
Yes.
Yeah. I think I'm just on the same page, Thomas, because I think that should also be revised. I'm glad you talked about the position of the tools so that we are collecting the same, but also surveys have already been done. We can't periodically be updating them. So maybe it's just something like saying conduct regular surveys to collect data instead of saying updating. So we are conducting the regular surveys through standardized to collect data available in the field, so to address all diseases and disabling conditions.
Yes. Yeah. So I'll just read out, these are long sentences. Promote a developmental model of habilitation and rehabilitation services where every person gets opportunities to develop their potential to the maximum. Adaptations and positive discrimination, including reasonable accommodations, should be facilitated at all levels. This is point number 4. Point number 5, prioritize children, women, and aged populations, especially those who are with multiple or severe impairments within CBR. CBR to develop as a vehicle to strengthen PHC and other community-based interventions such as immunization, non-communicable disease management, or provisions of assistive technology. Home-based services should be made available through community-level workers and caregivers to be trained and their work recognized and possibly compensated for.
I think I'll get to number 5. No, sorry. Home-based services, this is what I want to make a point. Home-based services should be made available through community-level workers. Can we include and community support organizations? Community support, I want us to include, if you agree, we include community support organizations, because there are a number of community support organizations working at the community level to support persons with disability. If we just leave that one out, of course, it also create a problem going forward. So if we can include, you agree, we can include community support organization.
And I also want to just emphasize on number 5. I think have everybody there. We children, I would say prioritize girls and boys, men and mage, and aged population, because then we seem like we are discriminating against men, yet CBR is a holistic approach. So I believe everybody should be included here. So instead of just saying, say prioritize girls and boys, men, we start the gender first, prioritize girls and boys, women and men, and aged population, especially those with, so that we are not leaving anyone. I believe CBR is about carrying everybody in.
I think probably the terminology about making gender sensitive programming would be something that is more suitable rather than just, I get your point about not leaving out the men.
I'm Christy. I've been listening to all this.
Yeah.
I just feel on this, we are saying prioritize. We are not saying leave out the men. So if, you know, when we looked at all the data and information available, the discrimination is highest with women and girls, and let us not underestimate that. So we are not saying that men should be left out, but prioritize. Certainly girls and boys, women should be mentioned, articulated very, very prominently.
The scope for looking at the sentence,
would like to say that.
once again, yes. The scope to look at the sentence again, because reading the entire document, yes, it does show these discriminations, but maybe there is some scope to look at the sentence. We can do that.
Audifax Kamala from Tanzania. My point is just very brief. It's on the same point, number 5, but on caregivers to be trained. On the training of caregivers, I would like to go just as we did previously on probably standardization of the training. Yes, trainings to caregivers. To have some common tools, standardized tools, something like that. Thank you.
This is Nerea. Just thinking this element of assistive technology and innovations, could we have this as a separate point? Because if you look at most of health interventions, when we talk publicly holistically about PHC, sometimes assistive technology gets lost somewhere. So in the light of new innovations and things happening and people things differently, including telemedicine, I was just wondering whether we could just have a separate point on innovations, telemedicine, as technology, but we could think about.
I'm Jacob from Cameroon.
Yes, Jacob.
Yeah, point 5, still on point 5. The statement that talks about, caregivers. Do we mean family caregivers? Because the term caregivers can mean different things in different settings. So if we mean family caregivers, then it will be necessary for us to specify. Thank you.
Other terminology for caregivers? Yeah, carers, caregivers. Yeah, I mean, I will go by what everybody feels, you know.
Is there a suggestion? Is there a suggestion for the group or Jacob?
Actually, Lily, the caregivers, there's a lot of confusion, and generally support workers or personal attendants is the attendants is what we are talking, other names that are being used in some countries.
Okay.
Maybe see, last time it came up that we need to define some of these things. So it is important to come out with definitions of some of the terminologies that we are using so that it is universally, you know, acceptable.
That's a
so
great
that needs to be.
Yes.
I think I agree. I agree with you all. Of course, we need to come out with a clear definition as to what caregiver is, because we are talking about rehabilitation. Who takes care of those living with disability at home, and also it could be health professionals as well. So coming out with a clear definition, I think will be a right sense for us.
Yes. In the context of this writing, it actually meant the carer.
No, but is it a family member or a professional?
Yes, because the carer, because we are saying to recognize their work. Because when the carer takes care, they're not recognized. It's unpaid care, which is done by not by professional caregiver. So it is actually in the initial, I don't know, we can go back and look at carer is what we meant particularly, and recognize and possibly compensated for, because it's in the context of unpaid care also that this was written. A lot of women who take care of people with disabilities are part of the unpaid care group, you know.
Very well. Very
so the point that you made, Christy, about maybe getting definitions for some of these terms would go a long way in helping us identify these. Yeah.
So this is Nabil from Egypt. Yeah. My suggestion in point number 5.
Yes.
I can add, in addition to children and women and aged population, I can add people with disability in critical situation, like refugees in some countries.
Okay.
It is very common.
That is true because, very clearly what was coming out was women, children, elderly, severely disabled, people with chronic diseases, LGBTI community, and refugees. These were the ones coming in when we were actually looking at and writing it. So just wanted to say when we meant the definition is that also, the most vulnerable.
Yes,
group.
Christy, if you look at the preamble, there are a couple of very well-worded sentences of the resolution itself, which is talking about many of these vulnerable groups and, special attention. So maybe some kind of alignment. Because I'm thinking these are going to get into the recommendations is something that we want into the resolution. So some of those sentences were very well formed in the resolution itself. So it might be worthwhile looking at it.
We are talking about carers and caregivers in the context of CBR.
Yes.
CBR is implemented in communities where people live in poverty and in resource scarce settings.
Yes.
So we are talking about personal assistance CRPD language. It is of the global north. Okay. I'm not saying global north, global south. I'm not talking about divide, but we need to be aware that poverty is a major barrier for persons with disability. Majority of persons with disabilities, 80% of persons with disabilities live in low and middle income countries, as Musanda pointed out. So we cannot go all over the place. Be very clear. We are focused on community-based rehabilitation, which is operating in communities who live in poverty and in resource scarce settings. The person, the caregiver, carer, that normally it is not a paid job. It is normally done by family members or neighbors or something like that. We all CRPR workers, we know this very well. So let us not make things more complicated than it is, going by definition.
The point is, let us keep.
Then we are.
Venkatesh, just in the interest of time, let us keep those.
No, hang on.
I think the point being made about definitions is definitely a good one. Regardless of whether you keep it or not, having certain terminologies defined will help it get more clarity.
That is right, but I just meant, look, as it is, people living in poverty having a hard enough time, and we go around saying we will have to have definition and then all that kind of stuff. Then life becomes more complicated than it is.
I think the point was about caregivers, the meaning of terminology.
Yeah, caregiver is, for my experience of 40 years of working in villages in India, the caregiver is the mother or the grandmother or the other people in the family. That's how it is.
Yes, Venkatesh, you told us to be not just looking into ourselves, right? To explain it to the larger world as well. So that probably will help.
No worries. I'm just trying to. I'm trying to. I want to add my 2 bit.
Yes.
To see it from the person. See it from the point of view of a person living in poverty. They would say, what are you pissing around with, definitions? Although I'm giving the care, and I want my care to be recognized, as Christy rightly said, and I want to be compensated if possible.
We have been trying, even in rural areas. You yourself were trying under NREGA to see if caregivers could be one of the jobs that people could be given and paid for. So exactly. I don't think in a resource poor setting, we can still get community support which can be paid for. I would not agree with you that we need to remain where we are. We need to move forward. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Can we go ahead?
Yes.
Please, let's go on to the next 3 slides. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm just reading this, and please formulate any questions, inputs. People with intellectual impairments, severe and all multiple impairments, chronic conditions and mental health chronic health needs require special attention, and some aspects of which can be brought within the scope of home-based and or community-based care, especially CBR. CBR should be implemented universally with greater investment and supported by modern digital technology. Somebody mentioned that earlier, I think, to ensure benefits of CBR reaches everyone, everywhere, leaving no one behind. All healthcare professionals should be equipped to deal with disabilities and chronic conditions from the perspective of the individual and their context. Rehabilitation should come to be viewed in its wider sense as a social inclusion and rights-based issue, not as a more narrow medical issue.
The point 8.
Yeah. Point?
The point
6?
8. The point 8. 8. 8.
8. Okay, somebody needs to go back.
Yes. I think you have to go back.
That's it.
Emphasis should, yes, this is 9. Yeah, emphasis, you said all health professionals. And this, I think emphasis should be made on a CBR team. If we could read all health professionals, CBR team should be well equipped, because we are talking of CBR team. When we say all health professionals, of course, we should make it general, but it should narrow it to CBR team at community-based level. Yes. So it could be all health professionals, CBR team should be equipped to deal with disability, because they're working at the community level. So we should make emphasis on that. Thank you.
Thank you.
If you can insert all just after the all health care professionals, CBR team, because it's made up of the physiotherapy, occupational therapy, speech and language therapists, and the rest. Of course, if you can just group them and separate it from the all health professionals, so that emphasis can be made on the CBR.
Yeah. The 9th point is additional study is needed to research, evidence, and document effective CBR practice from across the globe. This should be promoted to share learning and inform future development. And the 10th point is special focus should be directed towards empowering all persons with disabilities, including women with disabilities, to lead and become an integral part of rehabilitation systems and wider society. Any inputs on these 2 points or anything else anyone wants to add? Because these are the 10 points that are there. Yeah.
Jacob from Cameroon. It's just to make it more readable. Number 9. Maybe we could just say additional study or additional research, because both of them mean the same thing.
Yes, this is Oscar from Ghana.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
I have a point with number 9, in a sense that if we make it research, research is needed. I believe that we can narrow it to implementation research, because implementation research, we are looking at sustainability, we are looking at change. In normal research, we make proposal, we make recommendation for certain things to be carried out. So assuming you have made a recommendation, who is going to carry out? But with implementation research, you make sure that what you have identified on the field, you are able to put those things into action for it to be solved. So for us to open it in a general perspective, that research will be conducted. I don't think that, I think that it should rather be implementation research.
Maybe Oscar, it's operational research. Implementation.
Not operational research. Operational research.
Let's think about it. Let's think about it and give us a sentence, and we can distribute.
Yeah, okay. I will think about it.
It could be more than one person. Anybody having a sentence or addition can help us with that. But
Yes, point number 10. I need to add, in addition to all persons with disabilities, including women with disabilities, I need to add people with learning disability in this point.
Okay.
Okay. So on number 10.
Now, if you
Why the specific just learning disabilities?
No. See, I think we should just listen, because we can say learning the disability, multiple disability, you know, we can go on adding, because as Christy said, from the study that Sue Enfield and Christy was reading, women with disabilities are more marginalized than people with other disabilities, okay? So we are saying that especially we keep on saying women with disabilities, women not discriminated, even non-disabled women are discriminated because of patriarchy, all that we know. That is why the special emphasis on women with disability. If you say learning disability, then I can say deaf people with deaf blindness, people with multiple disabilities, you know, cerebral palsy and intellectual disability. You can go on and on and on. Okay.
Okay. So the point being made is particularly pertaining to women with disabilities. Christy mentioned earlier also that the studies they had gone through found that these were among the most marginalized groups. It's women with disabilities, yeah?
It's actually on number 9. Yes, well, I agree totally on the need of research, but I wanted, if to go further, probably in each country to have some kind of, because for instance in Tanzania we have been having some researches, but are not how do you call it? There's no regulation. There's no. They are like not coordinated. You see, they're not coordinated. So some kind of a task force probably that will be of research. Disability researcher group working together with other stakeholders, you see, to establish the state of disability issues in the country and identify areas that need intervention. So some kind of probably a body or a task force on coordinating this kind of research.
So that is
the thing is, it's not international. It varies from country to country. But we did talk about regulatory authority in each country. We talked about standardizing and also regulatory authority. We already talked about it, and that will apply for research as well. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Do we have any more hands raised, Poonamji?
So I'm going to be authoritarian now and bring the session to a close. If people have anything to say, you have the email ID. World Health Assembly 2021 @gmail.com. You can send all your things. This is not the end of our conversation. Please remember that.